Hey y'all, Liberty v. Justice here, reminding you that you are worth it. You're worth it, okay? Don't let the devil lie to you. And today, I want to give you a simple life hack that will save you tons of time, okay? You ready? Can you hear you? Okay, here it is. Tell the truth. That's right. Tell the truth. See, it saves lots of time, okay? So here's an example. Think about this. Two on this, as they say. You're walking down the street and you see a friend of yours, okay? And she tells you about this job interview. She's so excited about this really great job she can get, and she's headed there to do the interview. Now, as she's leaving, she walks away and you see the back of her pants and she had a mishap. It's that time of the month and she has a blood stain on her white pants, okay? So do you tell her? Well, if you don't, that's not your friend, okay? Because think about this, later on, it would save you a lot of time and you won't have to avoid her. You won't have to worry and fear that you're going to see her everywhere. And then you won't have to come up with a cockamamie story as to why you were so selfish and lied by omission the first time, okay? So check this out. Proverbs 27:6 says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, okay? And Hebrews 12:11 says, no chastening, that means correction, like discipline, for the present seems to be joyous, but grievous. But, yet afterwards, it yields much peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them that are exercised thereby. See, like Colton Dixon, I'll make it simpler for you. Colton Dixon says, truth hurts, but it heals too. No comfort is comfortable for you. So I was like, man, that is deep. And I know that, right? I know that verse. I knew it was a Bible verse with just today's terms, which is a lot simpler. Love you, Colton. Thank you, man. You're awesome, dude. And thank you, Toby Matt, for introducing us. Okay, see, but when it says you are exercised by it, what that means is like it puts feet to your faith. You know what I'm saying? And it's like with everything else. Prayer is like everything else. It's not what you say. It is a little bit, but it's what you do mostly, okay? So when you ask God for something, just don't tell him what to do. Just show up for duty. And when he gives you orders, just be a good soldier and move, okay? Because you can't tell God how to give you everything that you want, but you can ask for it. And you can have it if you work for it, okay? Be diligent, that's what the Bible says. Now, so I want to thank my Aunt Kathy because Aunt Kathy told me the truth. She's the only one, I asked her, hey, you know what, please, feel free, be honest. She was like, oh yeah, it's nice. But I said, look, tell me the truth because we know when we suck or we would know when we haven't done the best and we're trying and we're going to get better, right? So anyway, Aunt Kathy told me the truth. And, whenever people comment on my show, they're always like, oh, I love it. Oh, that's a great video. And it's like, I myself personally cannot stand people who don't seem to have their own opinion, or is it really the fact that you're selfish because you're afraid somebody's going to tell you the truth that, one day is going to help you get better, make more money and help more people and do the things that you want to do. That's all that can happen is you can get better by the truth if you choose to follow that advice, which you should, because it's smart. Somebody told you something, So anyway, and Kathy told me the truth. And she's like, I'm not going to go into details, but she really helped me out. And she told me the truth. And of course it did hurt. It did hurt because I'm trying really hard. But I have to remember, I'm not, a professional per se yet as a musician. I'm getting there. I'm getting better and better. But it's like I want to be the best right now. But it doesn't work that way. So anyway, I just wanted to say thanks, Aunt Kathy. And, yeah, of course, it's going to hurt for both people, the person saying it and the person receiving that. So anyway, I want to thank a doctor real quick too. There was a doctor, I was mentally ill. I had all these problems, rape, molestation, child abuse, all this stuff. And I had all these things I did, drugs and everything else. So I was on pills for most of my life, for about 20 years. And I went to the doctor. I was at the mental ward, actually. And you know what, this doctor, he was from steroids. I can't say his name, but he's from steroids. And I love you people from steroids. I always will, for all you did for me. You're like a family to me, and thank you all. And thank you especially to this doctor, who I don't want to name. But he sat there, and I want to protect him. He sat there and he said, you know what, look. This is before I changed my name. He was like, look, Heather, you are a beautiful, intelligent, talented, creative being. Woman, he said woman. He said, I'll never forget that. You are a beautiful, talented, creative woman, and you can do whatever you want. What are you doing here? He's like, you need to stop coming here because you really don't need us. And at first it hurt because I was like, what, he's accusing me of being a liar? And I'll talk about that later, about me, why I wanted to be sick and I felt like I was sick. But you know what? God showed me that I'm not sick. I am worth it. I can do anything I want to do. And that's why my name is now Liberty v. Justice. Because there's no period in my V, because my victories never end, and yours don't have to either, my friends. That's why I'm here. Everything I do is for you, because you're worth it. Thank you.